Hello everyone, I'm Harrison Kelly and this is Scroll Sidelines. Welcome back to the show. We've got Ethan Beecher, another guest, myself, Harrison Kelly, Peyton Gold, Tyler Pluid. Let's get right into it. So BYUI basketball, we had some killer games this last weekend on Saturday. We had an overtime game. We had a triple overtime game. Let's get into it. Peyton and Ethan, what's going on with BYUI basketball right now?
Yeah, so I'll cover it first. You just mentioned so we had a crazy game on Friday night, a lot of crazy games, but the one that everyone's been talking about is the game that not just one overtime, not two overtimes, but third overtime. It was the Bruins and the Wildcats. They're both coming in with a 2-4 record. It's a big game for both of these teams, see if they can get some momentum, because obviously we have the playoffs coming up here pretty soon. It was, in the overtime, it was a 3-point spread, basically the entire extended overtime, basically. And what happened is, well, the Wildcats came out in the end, 128 to 125. There were so many close shots where it could have ended the game easily, just by a couple inches off, right? And so, big game. Obviously, I have 2 MVPs this week for that game. First, the senior Spencer Hathaway. He had 44 points and 10 rebounds for the Wildcats. 44 points, guys. And that wasn't the only 40-point guy. Another big game for Noah Watt, who also had 40 points, including 6 critical rebounds. They both combined for 84 of their points.
I just want to talk about that for a minute. Noah Watt, we talk about in our broadcast scrappy players. Scrappy players, they're the guys that can do really well from the 3, they can do really well underneath, and they're fast, they're shifty, they're dominant on defense. Noah Watt's one of those guys. He's great on defense, he has a couple good blocks, he'll get the ball, he's great underneath, he's really fast, like he's really scrappy. He's fast on the baseline, fast.
Yeah.
He's quick with his shot on the 3, and he's good.
Same thing with like Riley Sutton though. It's the exact same person as that. I think that's like what the Wildcats are, like overall as a team, they're just very scrappy. They're not like the biggest guy. I mean, you can't forget Xander, tallest guy out there, biggest guy out there. Anyone that goes against him, I would be scared to go against him. I see him all the time in the gym, and I'm just like, I'm scared to my life.
Ever.
Yeah,
he does. One thing to not to discredit him at all, because he's great underneath, but sometimes his size goes at a disadvantage because he can draw a lot of fouls.
But he also can get a lot of fouls too.
But then he can also get a lot of fouls as well.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a good recap with that. So the next game that was also on the other court though was the Hurricanes and Wolverines, top 2 teams in the league right now, the top 4 team, one of the top 4 matchups. And this game actually turned a lot of heads because again, the Wolverines continue that streak. They're now 5-2. The Hurricanes dropped to 5-2. And honestly, I'm calling the Wolverines as probably one of the best teams right now in the league. Coming out of this, they get walloped by the Vikings, 103-49, and they've won every game since then. But the key factors of this: A. Munyard had 33 points. Guess how much Kobe and Josh had combined?
It was like less than
20.
They had 9.
Combined?
Kobe
That's
had
crazy.
only 5 points, and Josh only had 4.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, that Wolverines team.
Lock down Josh Bancroft.
That's what I'm saying. And so, because you have Jace, Austin, Jaden Coons, and Carter Hymas only had 3 points.
I do remember hearing, though, Josh Bancroft was sick that week.
He was. I talked to him.
So we talk him down. We can't talk him totally down. Like,
But
just having a bad
because
day.
he was telling me after the Freeze game, he's like, yeah, I'm sick. I don't know why these guys were pressuring me the whole time. So I'm sure he's still sick. But I was surprised to see Kobe only had 5 points, though. Because, Kobe's kind of been their main guy that's been stepping in for Josh, especially when Abe, too, because Abe also didn't have a good game last week either. But, again, Isaac Wilson leads the way with everyone with 21 points. Connor Nelson had 17. Jake had 15. But, again, the dynamic duo of Jason Jaden with the 3 points, once those guys get going, it's pretty impossible to stop them, especially even with Carter, because Carter only had 3 points that whole game.
We got to give credit where credit is due,
Yeah.
right? The Wolverines, 3 weeks ago, if you asked me if they would have been a 5-2 team, I would have just thought after that loss to the Vikings, I was like, holy crap, they've got to be one of the worst teams I've ever seen play. And sometimes a team needs a loss like that to go on a revenge streak or to really get the ball rolling underneath all of their players. Maybe they had communication issues. Maybe they had a coaching issue. Maybe they had a morale issue. You get knocked down that hard, you know exactly what you need to fix, and they've done that.
They did, and it's been shown proven to it again, because I was talking to people after the Vikings loss, and they're like, this team is like one of the worst teams I've seen perform. I'm dead serious. And so like to see like this improvement that the Wolverines have, to credit to their coach, credit to all their players taking in, because a lot of these coaches too, Carter Hymas, Jace Austin, like all these guys also coach other teams too. So it's not like they don't know how to play basketball. Like they know how to play basketball. They just come on an off night, and everyone has that. It's not like everyone. You can't go 31-0 like every single time, like in college basketball. Like it's impossible. So there's gonna be bumps and bruises along the way, and so that was just one of those games. But honestly, like they're not a bad team.
Well,
like, I could see them go pretty far.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's good that they're peaking right now, because otherwise, you know, it's worse when you're doing so good at the beginning and then you see a lot of these teams fall off toward the end, toward the playoffs. But they're peaking at the right time. Hopefully they can continue to get better. They can finally reach their peak when they hit the playoffs and they're ready to go.
Maybe they'll become like a true Cinderella team at BYUI. True BYUI Cinderella.
But you know who's peaking also at the right time right now? That's the Lady Bruins.
The Lady Bruins.
I mean, talk about a game. They pretty much blew out the Vikings. It wasn't really that close, but again, what I talked about last week, the MVP goes again to Reagan Anderson. Yep. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. And I want to talk, so I did the camera for this game, and I cannot tell you, there's probably not a better backcourt duo in the whole league besides Jill Leishman and Reagan Anderson in Women's League. Nobody.
I mean, I completely second that.
I agree, yeah.
With those two in the backcourt, especially behind Jill's point guard skills, her being able to like distribute the ball really, really well, and getting like high assist ratios, like especially in their games, and then Reagan Anderson being able to like find open spots and just hitting shots down, really opening that space up. Like it's crucial for that Bruins.
Well, I know we talked about this in the past, though, that like it takes leadership, true leadership, to be a point guard. And one thing to point out, Reagan Anderson, we've talked about this before. She's a coach for the men's Titans.
Yep.
And it takes a leader to lead an offense, to be that point guard. And she, I think, not only is she a good basketball player, but she's also a leader on the court. And I think between her and Jill Leishman, that's what's really dominant on that offense.
And I will say too, like it also credits to the fact that they were only playing with 6 people, and Katie Trail had picked up like 3 fouls really early on. So like all these people that were playing like played the entire, like Reagan probably sat out like the last 3 minutes of the game when it was like garbage time, but she played that whole entire game. Jill played the whole entire game besides sitting out a little bit. So you can kind of see like how like the Bruins, but they probably, the game this week that I want everyone to watch, to at least try to watch, is the Lady Spartans and the Lady Bruins. Like these guys played earlier. Again, it was a very low scoring game. It was 56-47 in the favor of the Spartans. But this game is probably a game that you're going to want to watch this week. 7-0 Spartans against 6-1 Bruins. So if you can't
Big
go,
game.
That's a big game.
I want to say it's on Friday. I'll check by the end of this broadcast. But again, I want to say it's on Friday at 8 o'clock. So be there, because it's probably going to be one of the best games you'll probably get to see with the Women's League this season.
I wish they could put that in the Hart Auditorium, man. That'd be great.
They have it on Friday at 6.
Friday at 6. So yeah, be there Friday at 6.
So
kind of when the
right now.
Yeah. So come on
Court
over.
4.
I would say
right now.
Exactly.
go to Court 4 in the Ice Center right now. They're playing. It's insane. Go watch it. Good stuff. Well, let's transition to BYUI swim. The Titans are on a roll right now. I mean, they're 4-0 now. They just beat the Hawks, who are now 1-3, 295-150. Slaughtered the Hawks. And the Spartans got a loss to the Knights, a close loss. It was 210-207. And man, the Titans are now 4-0. They lead the league right now. Then the Spartans are 2-2, but the Spartans taking a loss from the Knights, who are 0-3. Big win for the Knights. It was close. They got gritty. They were able to come back. 2-10. Great stuff with swim. We will be there today.
Yep.
Check out the games. Games are happening right now, literally right now, today.
At 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. The Hawks and the Knights started at 5 o'clock, and they're still playing. And then at 7 o'clock, the Spartans are playing the Titans. The Spartans are 2-2. The Titans are 4-0. That's going to be an interesting matchup there in the water. And the Hawks and the Knights. That's going to be also an interesting game. It's going on right now. or interesting meet. They're both 1-3. So it's basically like the best of the lower two in the league. So we will see what's going to happen next week.
Putting that nice and kindly.
I'm going to put that nice and kindly. I don't want to be too mean. But yeah, go check out those meets right now in the Hart Auditorium. Okay, BYU basketball. They're struggling a little bit. They struggled against UCF. They lost. Ooh. We thought they would do better against West Virginia. They also lost. They played Cincinnati, but we're gonna also talk the end of the season. I don't know why you're high-fiving.
I just want to say, I just want to say this on camera. I apologize to BYU basketball. I thought y'all were gonna win both of these games. I'm not even gonna lie, because I said it on the show last week that I was gonna win both of these games.
We were kind of glazing a little bit.
We were, and then I'm kid you not, I looked at the score once. And did not even look. I did not even touch my TV remote on Wednesday. It was that bad. I'm sorry. I mean, you caught BYU on a bad night, but like,
I can't.
I don't even know what to say about that game. West Virginia, we looked a lot better, but UCF.
Yeah, but it's West Virginia.
It's at West Virginia.
You should have had at least a 10-point lead.
But West Virginia's not a bad team. The record, I know the record doesn't say it, but BYU should have won that. But I mean, I would have rather taken a loss to West Virginia than I did to UCF.
That's fair. UCF unranked. That is a valid take.
It's not like it was not at Florida. It was at BYU too.
It was at BYU. That is true. And the home court advantage at the Marriott Center usually isn't overlooked.
It was a blackout night.
And they were, but credit to UCF's team. They were sinking 3 after 3 after 3. 14 threes.
14 threes.
I mean, my goodness.
Like, what do you do? How do you come back from that?
You don't.
Unless you're also shooting at that same percentage. It sucks. It's sad.
I mean, unless you want to call Jimmer Fredette back from the couple thousands, like, I mean, you might want to
put him into a graduate program.
I would say, well, he got his jersey retired, so I mean, you can unretire that jersey.
Take the jersey down, put it back on.
I'm sure
Yegor Demon to leave the Nets.
I'm sure he would love to do that right now. He would love to leave the Nets.
Honestly, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say BYU has the talent. They have the talent, and we can't discredit their players. Their players are phenomenal. I think their defensive coaching needs a little work. I think their defensive strategy needs a little bit of work.
Definitely, especially against like that West Virginia game. I mean, West Virginia had 5 of their X amount of players with double-digit points, where compared to like BYU, they had 3, and that was Rob, AJ, and then number 6. I can't really remember his name. Korstinch. But yeah, Rob and AJ, they combined for 43. That's not gonna really do it in the end of the game. But I think there was 2 other scorers outside of those 5.
And that's what I'm saying too, is like, I'll go back again and reiterate it 2 weeks ago. You have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, especially with Richie going out, like, I know a lot of people say that there's a debate of like, well, Richie's loss wasn't a big deal to BYU. Richie's loss was a big deal to Utah. I mean, you see it pay on both dividends. You can see it one night, like, yeah, we didn't need Richie, but there are other nights where you probably could have used a Richie Saunders to kind of help you with this. So it varies game to game. I think you'll see a lot of improvement against Cincinnati. You'll probably see that, but then Texas Tech, like, you got to finish strong against Texas Tech going into March. I'm sure it's all 4 of our favorite time of the year right now. Mm-hmm. I've been seeing reels after reels after reels about March Madness, so I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. But there's some exciting news.
Well, look, it's a little over a week from Selection Sunday.
Yeah.
And they're closing out the season, a nice finisher with Texas Tech at home. And we'll see what can happen in that game. Texas Tech is now number 10 in the nation. Early projections for March Madness.
They're
super hot right now.
Oh, even without JT Toppin.
Even without JT, exactly.
Yeah. And they lost him for this season. But I will say, though, BYU did get some exciting news today, though.
They did. I mean, we did. BYU just got a 5-star recruit out of Arizona.
Let's go!
Wait, Tyler, how tall is he again?
He's 6'7".
Hey!
I hate that I did that. But no, he's got a 7'1" wingspan. Great. Yeah, I think there's a lot of really great talent on this BYU team, and I know that's for next season. We're looking at for next season, but I think just talking a little bit, it's a little early, I know, for March Madness, but there's predictions that have come out that BYU is sixth in the West right now.
I mean,
because they're
bad.
Technically 23rd overall, and so you got to place them within.
I honestly am surprised they stayed there because after those both losses, I thought they would drop.
I
thought they would drop into 8.
I thought
7 or 8 for sure.
Yeah. I was a little shocked when I saw those projections. Now it is a projection; it's not official. We don't know what's going to happen. Selection Sunday, a lot's going to happen before then. I mean, they're playing. They played Cincinnati on Tuesday. We're going to cover that next week. They're playing Texas Tech tomorrow night. So with those 2 games taking into account, there's at least a week left in the regular season. A lot can still change with those predictions before Selection Sunday.
I will say real quick, I don't have much to say on BYU right now because I'm super frustrated. Okay.
And that's valid. That's valid.
And I feel like I'm beating up a dead horse a lot of the time when I talk about BYU basketball now. But I will say there needs to be more effort. Okay, there was a time in the West Virginia game where they were down by only 3 or 4 points with a minute and a half to go. They did not get the rebound. West Virginia got the rebound. And here we are trying to defend, and we're just standing there. And we're just letting them get these rebounds off the glass. They completely destroyed us off those rebounds, especially on the glass, simply because we just didn't show enough effort.
Offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. I mean, the rebounds, boards are like the biggest struggle I think BYU's faced.
And I think, and that's what it's going to come down to, especially in the Big 12 tournament, because a lot of these other big teams, Arizona,
the Big 12 is dominant right now.
Because even if you aren't a BYU fan watching this, like watch the Big 12 tournament. Like honestly, the Big 12 tournament is probably going to be the one that everyone's going to watch behind the ACC and the SEC tournament. Is always good conferences, but I'm sure Big 12 has a lot of good talent coming out this year. And so to me, again, it's winning games in the Big 12 is going to come down to who can out-rebound you.
And who can outshoot.
More along the lines of, you can outshoot them, but like you cannot do you have to limit these teams to one and dones because everyone, Arizona, Houston, even BYU, even Texas Tech, like all these teams, if they get more than one possession, they'll capitalize on you any time of the day, anytime. So if you limit to these teams with one and dones and get those defensive rebounds and get those stops that we know all these teams are capable of doing, you'll see a lot of success come from BYU. So that's what BYU has to do. They have to limit offensive rebounds, and they have to get one and dones. If they don't do that, I see them within a first or second round exit of the Big 12, sadly.
Well, we are all waiting patiently for tomorrow night, 8:30. BYU plays Texas Tech for the season finale. Anything can happen. We'll talk about it next week. We'll see you then.